Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Online, I see a lot of people really focused on accumulating wealth or just making as much money as possible. Sometimes it's the Gary V hustle culture type phenomenon we see going on right now, and other times it's part of the I'm looking for an overnight success like day trading. Very rarely is it anything actually in the middle. It's almost like everything's all to one side or the other. It only becomes an issue when you're jumping on any new trend that's coming around and you don't understand what personal finance or financial freedom mean to you. Like many things in life, it's not one size fits all. And with so many people talking about these topics, why is it that so many people aren't able to reach their financial goals? It's not just you, and sometimes there are countless roadblocks in our way stopping us from reaching those goals. This stuff isn't hidden, it's just not talked about as widely as personally I would like it to be, and that's why I'm inviting you along on this discussion on this channel, on this video really, about what personal finance means to you and actionable things that you can do to help you move farther along on your own financial journey. I'm really excited to share this with you, so please keep watching. My name's KT, and this is Simple Living with KT, the place where we talk about the issues facing our lives in a simple and mindful way. Am I the only one that think schools did a below average job when it came to getting us ready for actual real life adult situations? I know I'm not, because I hear this topic brought up over and over again. There's no denying that basic life skills like cooking, sewing, picking up a hammer to fix something around the home, or balancing a checkbook is just not something that's widely taught in many school systems. And don't get me wrong, it's great that we have access to many conveniences like being able to pick up a meal while we're in our car, calling a handyman, or being able to log right into an app and for the most part find a solution to many of the issues that we're facing from day to day. There is a price to pay for those conveniences sometimes, and it really comes to show when we take a look at financial education and the level of financial stability that people gauge for themselves. When I talk about personal finance on my channel, of course to a degree that includes budgeting, but to be more specific, I mean handling your money in a way that promotes the life that you want and the goals that you have for your future. When I started taking control of my own finances, I found that, of course, I had some goals that money would help to reach. I wanted to get married, I wanted to pay off my debt, I wanted to figure out how I was going to be able to save for the really, really long term, like retirement, because I've seen those articles that say you need multiple millions of dollars to retire. I don't necessarily think all of those articles are true, but it certainly had me start thinking. Some time has passed now, and I am married. We together have been able to pay off over $53,000 of our debt, and we definitely have a clear plan for our investment strategy for things like retirement, and then also for the medium short term, things like travel and visiting family and being able to eventually buy a house and extend our family. I've learned so much from these experiences, and a big thing that helped was being able to see my money, my income as a tool to be able to get that life that I want and to be able to reach those goals that I also have for the future. Of course, that's going to take you taking some time and figuring out what exactly is that life that you want, and also what are those goals that you're trying to reach. That's both in the short term, within a couple of years, and the long term, many years down the road, and what you want retirement to look like. And after that, a simple question that should always just ring in the back of your mind is if what you're doing is supporting the life that you want and the goals that you have. Or if you want it phrased a different way, is what you're doing getting in the way of the life that you want and the goals that you have? When many people hear the word budget, they think of deprivation. Instead, I want you to think of balance. It's not just about cutting things out. So if you need a coffee every day, then get a coffee every day. But let's take a look at an example that I went through with my then boyfriend, now husband, to help draw a clearer picture of what I mean by this balance. So even though at the time of this story he was my boyfriend, I'm going to call him my husband for the entirety of it, just to make it simple for myself. But I learned that my husband was eating Chick-fil-A every single day for lunch at work. And for me that was boggling because I just am someone who likes to cook. I've cooked, I feel, since I was rather young. And so it's always made sense for me to bring a lunch to work. However, for him, it was definitely a good amount of convenience to just be able to pick up some fast food. And let's be honest, it was Chick-fil-A, and that's something that he enjoyed. At this time, however, he was looking for ways to cut his expenses. And when it comes to food, you can't just stop eating. If you choose not to get the fast food, you do have to eat something in place of that. Many people I know go to meal planning and meal prepping and getting food ready for the week. And I will say I brought that as an option, and he didn't know exactly where to start. Like, what should I bring? I'm not really a cook. And so I went to his house one day and I showed him, actually I did not show him, I told him what to do with the ingredients he purchased from the store. It was very simple: baked chicken, sauteed kale, and rice. And very, very, very simple. And that is what he started taking to work. It was significantly less than Chick-fil-A every single day, but something else that he noticed is that he dropped a couple of pounds after doing this for a prolonged period. And he was able to, just in general eat a more balanced diet, even though that was not his particular idea. For him, this was balanced because we found a way to make the cooking at home simple, because he was able to batch cook for multiple days, and he was able to recoup that money that he was spending at Chick-fil-A. And if you're thinking, well, that cost of Chick-fil-A could have been so much, I remember after we got married, I went onto his Chick-fil-A app. He had enough points for us to eat on for months. Of course, not every single day. We weren't going to this Chick-fil-A, but it took us literally months for us to eat through all of those reward points. It was a good amount. And because we were able to find a solution that in general just knocked off many positive benefits as well, even though he's making more now when he goes to work, he's still taking his lunch to work. Part of it is I am packing it, but also I do believe that even, if I wasn't, he'd still be taking it with him because of the, balanced diet, feeling the energy from the food, and losing a couple pounds. I am big on this idea of balance, especially when it comes to personal finance and financial stability. My idea of financial freedom is not the same as yours, and it shouldn't be. And it's also definitely not the same as many people we see on social media who are really spokesmen for consumerism and instant gratification. You know who's also a fan of consumerism and instant gratification? Your credit card company. It's like we have a pyramid, and at the very top of it is financial freedom. There are many different ways that you can reach that financial freedom, but it's up to your life circumstances, a little bit your income, the amount of risk that you're willing to take depending on certain opportunities and methods about how you actually reach that financial freedom. I mean, you could hustle 24/7, you could jump on every opportunity that is talking about instant wealth overnight. You could honestly work in a job that you love for the next 30 or so years and retire with amazing retirement benefits and enjoy that time. It really is up to you and what you are looking for. And I've noticed a sometimes dangerous trend online where it's like everyone acts like you need to get financial freedom the way that I'm saying that you should reach it. And just like insurance, life insurance, financial freedom, they're not all the same for every single person. These are things that if there's one thing you get from this video, you need to start working out yourself. Of course, it is great to have a framework so you kind of understand what you're working towards, but at the end of the day, actually creating that specific path is only something that you can do. When you get control of your personal finances, you can truly focus on what financial freedom means to you and what financial stability means to you and the steps on how to get there. This channel is all about helping you find that balance in your life and in your budget. And that's also why I created Abundance in a Budget. It is a course that helps you with a framework for budgeting so that you can put those things that help to create the life that you want and have the goals that you want for the future at the heart of managing your money. It also gives you the opportunity to meet with me one-on-one to have your questions answered and to make sure that you are just starting off with setting new habits with the proper support. You'll also get customized information and guidance, and you can find the link for Abundance in a Budget in the description. Be sure to like this video or share with a friend who might need a little bit of motivation starting that budgeting or financial journey. And subscribe so that you can see more videos from me in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, remember to make the decisions that support the life you want. Bye for now.